Start cutting that in right now. Here's the brush. I'm going to go out. Dunk, dunk, slap, slap. And we're going to feather it in. I'm going to dunk. I'm going to put more on. Anybody can do this. Just use the brush like a pencil. All right. I don't start right at the ceiling line. I don't start right in the corner. There's too much paint on the brush, so I start a little lower. And I want it to act like a fountain pen where the paint is rolling off of the tip of the brush. I'm letting the brush do the work. It's sliding over the surface. And remember to keep dunking your brush. If you're not putting the paint on, you're taking the paint off. Dunk, dunk, slap, slap. And you don't get drips hanging off your brush. I want to add some more. Feather it in. Notice the way I do that? It's feathering it in. There's no drips, no sags, no runs. Utilize the bristles at the top of the brush. That is your pencil. Okay. I'm going to do the rest of the high stuff over here. I'm not touching the ceiling. I'm staying a millimeter away from it. It's the same color. We want a clean cut line on the ceiling. The conduit, just put your brush behind there and put pressure on it so the bristles go outward. The bristles will start, see the bristles going outward? That makes sure it gets into all the nooks and crannies. I'm going to finish this right here. I'm going to get behind the conduit by going in at an angle. The brush is flexible but stiff. So I'm going to go in at an angle to make sure I can get behind it. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the ladder because I don't need it. We're going to continue on with the cut-in over here to bring this down. We start up high and then go around the corner so there's no drips. And I'm just going to cut it in like a pen. This is my fountain pen. Dunk, dunk, slap, slap. When you have a lot of square face, you got to become a little faster with the brush, and you will get faster over time. Practice makes perfect. I don't want to start low because there's a lot of paint on my fountain pen. I want to start a little higher and draw into it for a nice crisp cut line. It's not on the top of the baseboard. That's not what we're trying to do. Baseboard is baseboard and wall is wall. If you can remember that and keep the two colors separate, there's some sort of clip on here. We don't want to get the wall paint on the trim. Trim is trim, wall is wall. I'm staying a fraction of an inch away from the base, and I'm just trying to draw a straight line with my fountain pen. And it's an optical illusion. I'm not hitting the baseboard. It looks clean and crisp. I'm going to go over here to the corner and finish bringing this down. I never start directly in the corner here. I always feather it and draw into it because there's a lot of paint on the brush. It's a fountain pen. Dunk, dunk, slop, slop. This is freehand. We don't use tape. I use tape to put the drop cloth down so it doesn't slide around. We don't use tape. The tape is to hold the drops down to the floor so they don't slide around. This is freehand. Professional painting is freehand. This is your pen, and the wall is your piece of paper. And you just need to draw some lines. I'm staying a fraction of an inch away from the baseboard and just drawing a straight line. This is going to create an optical illusion. Nobody stands down here at the base. When you're looking at something, you're looking at it like this. Now the line looks crisp. We're going to come around the corner and finish this off. It's the same color. We don't need to remove the reciprocal plates. We're just going to fan around it. Just going to go around these. It's the same color. The customer wants to freshen up the rooms. I'm drawing a line around everything. I'm utilizing the tip. I have a slanted brush that helps me to navigate the tip of the brush, which is the fountain pen area. Okay, so this is almost all cut in now. You have to spin around when you're using tools, paint brushes. You may have to use your other hand occasionally. Same exact color, we're just freshening it up. Okay. We're going to get into the rolling now. I'm using a 9-inch roller today with a roller pole and one single tray. And I want to immediately gob that up. I don't want it to be dripping. Start in the middle of the wall, go all the way up, all the way down. over a little bit, go all the way up, and level it off and even it off all the way down. Go back over your work very lightly with the roller. You're just rolling it over the wall, and there you go. That's done, and it's feathered in. We don't want to leave lines and railroad tracks down the wall, so it's important to feather over your work. All the way up, over a little bit, up, and back down to level it, even it off. Now we're going to go back up really lightly with the roller, not stopping anywhere, going up and down. We're not leaving any holidays, which are misses. I'm going to do this. Always start in the middle of the wall. Draw up, go up, come back down. Go over very lightly, not putting any pressure on the roller on these back moves. Just guide it over the wall to get rid of all the imperfections and smooth it in. I'm going to bring it over here, go up and down, up and down, up and down. Up and down, up and down. Now that's done. We're going to go back over here and blend it in up and down. We don't want any holidays and any roller edges that are going to make the work look like it was hacked. We want to do things the right way. When you're dealing with painting, you want to do it right the first time. There's no time to do it right the second time. Make sure you do everything right the first time. Start in the middle of the wall, go all the way up, all the way down. I'm putting a little pressure on the roller to release the paint from the roller now. Go all the way back down again, all the way up, lightly. Guide it over, up and down. Don't stop halfway in the wall. We don't do that. Now that's done. You're going to dunk some more paint. All the way up, all the way down, over, all the way up, all the way down. Back up very lightly. We're going to blend it all in. Okay, we're going to need more paint. That's a good paint right there. We're going to apply some more paint to the roller to let it get sucked in. It's like a sponge. On your first roll, you're putting just a little pressure on the roller to release it. Just a little pressure right there, those two runs, and then it's light from there on out, just blending it in. Very lightly running the roller over that. See that? Very lightly. No holidays, there's no misses. Start in the middle, all the way up, all the way down, come back over, all the way up. Very lightly on these moves, coming back to blend it in. We don't want to leave railroad tracks. We don't want to leave roller lines, and we don't want to leave holidays. All the way up, all the way down. And then I'm just going to go right back over the work. And this is going to ensure a fine, smooth, professional paint job.